Okay, so we are live and we have another McFarlane DC Superpowers unboxing, and this is Robin. It's Tim Drake Robin. And I know what you're thinking. Haven't you already opened a Superpowers Tim Drake Robin? Well, yes, I have. But it was this McFarlane Superpowers Robin. They made another McFarlane Superpowers Tim Drake Robin. So, you can tell that there are some differences here. Why did they release another one so soon after this one? I mean, it hasn't been that long. It's like what, the next wave, right? And, so here's my theory as to why they've already done a repaint of this particular Robin. You know, I like to pull these corners. They came loose, but I think it looks better with the corners folded in. So why do I think that they made another one? Well, this is my theory. I think as this one was, being made, but just slightly too late from them to actually do anything about it. I think that somebody looked at this figure and said, you know what? I think we could do a better job than that. I think we could do a little better than that. So they made another Tim Drake Robin so soon. That's the only logical explanation I can come up with. And I like this figure actually. It's not perfect, but it's certainly got it's plenty of flaws here. But it's a nice enough Robin figure. I wouldn't have figured they would have made another one like almost immediately after. And as I've pointed out before, the colors actually match up pretty closely to the multiverse Robin, who right now is holding his bow staff in a very awkward way because the figure fell over at some point. But yeah, you can see the colors on this one match up pretty well. Like the green is almost the same exact shade of green. The red is almost the same exact shade of red. And as I pointed out in my review of one of these figures, I forget which one it was that I pointed out, so I'll point it out again. Like the hairstyle is sculpted the same on both of these figures. It's not the same head sculpt, but the way that they sculpted his hair is almost identical. It's kind of funny. So yeah, I figure somebody at McFarlane just probably figured they could do a better job, and they probably should. But let's go ahead and look over the packaging. It's got the same picture of Robin that was on the previous packaging, only now his cape is, black. Whereas I think it was at least yellow on the lining on the previous one. It's the same picture where they redrew the black and red costume. Hi, Aunt June. I'm watching the original Batman TV series. Yeah, that's a good show. I love it. It's one of my favorites anyway. So I was actually looking to pick up where I left off with the old Batman show because I watch it every now and then, and I just kind of pick up where I left off. I haven't been binging it, I guess, because I've seen it enough times. But every now and then I'll get in the mood to watch one, and they didn't have it on Freebie anymore, which that was last place I was watching it at. So I might have to break out my Blu-rays. You can actually see my Blu-rays over here on the shelf if I turn the camera a little bit. See right there next to Wonder Woman? Yeah, there's my Blu-rays. I got the big fancy Blu-ray set that actually came with like a little toy Batmobile and reproductions of the trading cards from the 1960s. Really neat set. So anyway, where was I? So the coloring on this one is more similar to how the figure was colored when they put out the first ever action figure of Tim Drake as Robin way back in 1992 in the Batman Returns line. And of course, Robin was originally intended to be a character that was going to be in Batman Returns, but they wound up cutting him before they started shooting. So Marlon Wayans was going to play Robin, believe it or not, which to me is weird. Not necessarily because, they're casting a black guy as Robin, because even in the 90s, they would still do stuff like that. That wasn't unusual. Hell, Harvey Dent was played by Billy D. Williams in the first Batman movie. But it was unusual to me because, I figured Marlon Wayans has got to be at least a foot taller than Michael Keaton. So that would look really funny. Anyway, but they did put out a Robin action figure for that line, even though it wasn't based on anything from the movies. It was based on the comic book design at the time, which would have been this very costume. And like I said, they seem to have based the colors on this one more on that one, with the darker green and gold instead of yellow for the utility belt and the emblem and the laces on the front. I will take a break and watch you. Well, if anybody's going to put Adam West aside for me, I will take that as a compliment. So yeah, it's not the same exact color of green, because I believe this is a more, I don't think it's like a lighter shade of green, but it's a more vibrant shade of green, if that makes any sense. So we'll go ahead and read the bio on the back, even though we've already read the bio when I did the previous Robin figure. Growing up in Gotham City can be complicated. They put an ellipses in there, not me. I didn't add that as a dramatic pause. That's actually written in there. Especially when you're a kid obsessed with Batman and Robin. Well, I can identify with that. For Tim Drake, learning everything about his favorite superheroes eventually led him down the path to becoming one himself after he deduced the identities of Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson. Now, as I pointed it out on the multiverse figure when I opened that up, it has the same bio on there, but it's got like a little more after it, which I feel like probably should have been included on this. I think there was enough space they probably could have squeezed in a couple of lines. And if nothing else, they could have edited the front of it a little bit and just said, something like Tim Drake was obsessed with Batman and Robin and left this whole growing up in Gotham City can be complicated stuff. I'm just saying. So let's look at the cross-saw on the back. If you watched the Blue and Gold Nightwing episode last week, you've already seen this, but there's a nice shot of it so you can get a look at it. And it lists off Superman, Darkseid, Batman, Green Lantern, John Stewart, The Flash, The Batman Who Laughs, Wonder Woman, Nightwing, Deathstroke, Aquaman, Black Manta, Batman, Robin, Tim Drake, Wonder Woman again, Batman again. So they don't really differentiate these, but I have to give them their own nicknames just so the titles on my episodes make sense, and you don't think you're watching the same one again. Reverse Flash, Superman, The Flash, Thomas Wayne, Batman, Robin, Tim Drake, and Nightwing. So they could have differentiated the two Flashes, because the newer Flash figure is officially supposed to be Wally West, even says so in the bio. And the previous one is supposed to be Barry Allen. Again, it says so in the bio. Of course, I've just been using that Flash as my Wally West, and using my original Superpowers Flash, I consider that to be Barry Allen, because he's got the classic Barry Allen suit, and this one looks more like the Wally West suit. But this one looks even more like the Wally West suit. So you are entertained. Well, thank you. That's nice of you to say so. So yeah, let's go ahead and open them up. We can have a look at the new Robin figure. So I did get this one off of Amazon. I did pre-order it and pay for it with gift cards that I earn online doing stuff. So technically, it's a free action figure. So I don't regret that, I'm buying this figure again, since, I didn't actually spend any money on it, technically. Let's just pull out the cape this way. Take the cape off his neck, pull it out that way. And here it is, plain black fabric cape. This is that newer, stretchier kind of spandex-like material. I don't think it's actual spandex, but it does stretch. If it is, it's one-way spandex, which is a thing, because it doesn't quite stretch as much that way. But that's what the cape looks like by itself. And as I pointed out previously, the first Robin they did had an all-yellow cape. This one has an all-black cape. And really, this Robin should have a black cape with a yellow lining. And I guess Mcfarlane is just too damn cheap to do that. So, and there's the figure out of the package. Again, nicely sculpted figure. I felt like it was nicely sculpted the first time. I do actually like these colors a little bit better, because I like the colors to be just slightly darker like that. They should still be bright and vibrant, but at the same time, I kind of feel like the darker colors look better, because he has a character that hangs out at night, and it is kind of it's a rich color combination. I like the way that it works. So this guy is definitely more dressed for nighttime activities than the first one. And you might be surprised if you don't know this, is that red is actually is a good nighttime camouflage color, because it tends to look black in the nighttime, and because night sky is kind of bluish, so it makes it look just that much darker. Hello, Sean Franklin, welcome. Good to see you again. But yeah, so that's what he looks like with the cape on. I really think that both of these figures, they're both pretty good, but they could both be improved, I think, if they had that two-toned cape like I'm talking about. If this guy had the black on the outside of the cape, it would make him look a bit more like the comic book, and he would look, have a little bit more nighttime camouflage. Likewise, I kind of feel like if this guy had the yellow lining on the cape, it would help the darker colors of the green parts of his costume pop that much more. In fact, why don't we try a little experiment while we've got both of these guys? Let's switch their capes around and see what they look like then. All right, so now that I have the black cape on this one, you can see it does kind of darken up the whole appearance of the figure somewhat. Now he looks a little bit more like Batman the Animated Series. Sean, I do have some X-Men toys, and in fact, I did a review of the last review of an X-Men toy I did was one of those new 3 3/4 inch Rogue figures from the X-Men '97 animated series. You've probably seen those pop up at Walmart here and there. Rogue is the only one of those that I've gotten so far, so that was the last one I did. I've done a few reviews of various X-Men figures. You might be able to find them in my my Marvel playlist. I have a playlist of various Marvel videos. I need to update that because I don't think I've updated that one in quite a while. But yeah, you can search through my videos, and you can probably find a few various X-Men characters and Marvel characters in general. And I do really like that X-Men '97 line, so I'm probably going to buy more of them. And in fact, they have a Titan series Wolverine that I've had my eye on. So, okay, so there's what the newer Robin looks like with the yellow cape. And as I suspected, it does make the uniform pop a little bit more, especially on those dark gray areas, or dark green, excuse me. I don't know why I said gray. But yeah, so that's what they look like with the cape switched around. If you buy both of these, maybe that might be something you might want to try yourself. But I'm going to go ahead and put them back to how they were before. But I do feel like that the original one looks a little more comic booky to me because of the bright colors. But this one looks more like the kind of color scheme that I would probably go for if I was doing a live action Batman movie. This is probably pretty similar to how I would probably have Robin have his suit look in a live action version. I wouldn't change too much from this at all. So is it worth buying this Robin if you already have this Robin? That's an interesting question. Do you have Hugh Jackman Wolverine toy? I have a few. I have the one from the first X-Men movie that they put out, and I'm pretty sure I have one from X-Men 2. I know I have one from when Hasbro first took over the Marvel license. It was in a 2-pack with Colossus, I think. Was it Colossus or Beast? It was one of the two. I think it might have been Beast, because I think I mainly wanted the Beast figure. I wasn't too impressed with that Wolverine because they just kind of had like a generic superhero body that they just kind of painted all the X-Men leather suit details onto. So, and I haven't seen that many Wolverine figures based on the movie since Wolverine Origins. I know they've been getting back into them since Disney bought Fox. And I gotta assume that whenever that new Deadpool movie hits, and we got Wolverine in that, again played by Hugh Jackman, I gotta figure they're probably gonna put out a ton of toys of Hugh Jackman in the more comic book accurate blue and gold suit. I figure that's almost a certainty that we'll see that. So I figure, like, probably be Titans Heroes, there'll probably be Marvel Legends, and there'll probably be like some of those 3 3/4 inch figures like Hasbro seems to be getting into. So yeah, I'll definitely be looking at those when they come out. Those are almost certainly gonna come out. I don't know how they would miss out on doing figures of something everybody's wanted to see since 2000, which is Hugh Jackman in the actual comic book style Wolverine suit. I mean, like if you look at how many toys that Spin Master put out of Michael Keaton as Batman, I gotta assume Hasbro is looking at, Hugh Jackman and Deadpool the same way. So if I run across any of those anytime soon, like all my Marvel Legends stuff is in a bin right now since last time I moved. I haven't had a chance to set any of it up yet. God, it's been over a year. I probably should do something with that. But if I run across any, I'll probably put them up on like a community post or something, so you can see some of the stuff I got if I run across them anytime soon. So anyway, so yeah, I think that if you were somebody who bought this Robin already, even though you were kind of disappointed in it, it might be worth going ahead and picking this one up, because I think you might like this one slightly better. If you don't already have this Robin, I would probably just buy this Robin and forget about this one, honestly. Like I said, it's not a bad Robin figure, but this one's a little better. So like this would probably scratch your itch for a Tim Drake Robin action figure in the Superpowers style, and you could probably just skip this one if you wanted to. Unless, like, it really just look at them both right now and decide which one you like the best and buy that one. And if you like Tim Drake enough that you want to have both of them, then buy both of them. But I wouldn't say, like, unless you're a super completist or you just really like the character and want to have both versions of them, I don't know if it's really worth buying both of them, honestly. I would probably just buy this one if it was me. So now I'm a guy who opens action figures in a YouTube show. I come in here and I open up these action figures so I can talk about them and talk about them with you guys, so you guys can hear what I think about them. And there's people that like to watch my show and like to hear what I have to say. So I don't mind buying both of them, obviously, because I got plenty of use out of buying both of them just doing the videos. But if I were just somebody who was just buying these just for myself, I would probably just buy this one. So that is pretty much it for this episode. I can't think of anything else to say about this figure other than, I like it. I'm glad I have it now. So I guess real quick, we can go ahead and have a shot of him next to Batman so you can see what they look like together. I think that works pretty well. He might work out better, though, with the Iron Wench Batman figure from the Dark Knight collection or / Batman Returns. It was in both lines. So maybe I'll take some pictures of him with that one, since it is kind of similar to the Robin that would have actually come out in that line. And also, whenever I get the Batman in the black suit, I will have, obviously have him next to that Batman so you can see what that looks like. But that's it for this episode. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. All the fun YouTube stuff down below. Let me know what you think about this figure in the comments. Hit the little bell if you want to know when I go live, and that way you can catch this live like my Aunt June and Sean Franklin did. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We will talk to you next time. Oh, I'm about to do a Batman the Animated Series episode. So if you want to catch that, hang around, and I'll be watching Batman the Animated Series in a little bit. We'll talk to you later. Bye.